Hello, thank you for joining me in another new video. Today I will be unboxing the Infinix Hot 60 Pro Plus. Let's go ahead and get started. This brand is truly making a significant impact on things very well, offering highly competitive prices, so it's important to pay close attention when recording this video. At the time of launch, this device is priced at 3,699 pesos in the open market. On the screen, you can see the reference price in dollars to give you a general idea. However, keep in mind that the prices here are not the same as over there. For the Mexican market at least, this device is priced in an extremely attractive way. This is especially true when you consider several of the features that I'm going to show you next. Let's unbox the device. The box highlights storage, RAM, camera, sound, fingerprint reader, and other features. But as I say, we proceed gradually, so we open this box for the second time and we directly find the cell phone inside this wrapper. Then we carefully take it out and we also peel off the sticker. Once this is done, we can start enjoying the device. Well, there's still a small amount of glue left here, but it can be removed. You're starting to notice that one of its standout features is its thickness. Actually, observe how it is as thin as a manga book. Yes, they actually sent me a book from Free Fire because this particular device working directly together. What if we first switch on the device and then we take a look at everything included in the box? Considering that this device is quite affordable, but that certainly does not mean it will lack content. Look closely. The very first thing we encounter is a mica of tempered glass. From this point onward, things are truly impressive. Let's give a round of applause for Infinix because in addition to that, is made of curved tempered glass as the device features a curved screen, which is typically used to protect these kind of screens effectively. Finding micas can be a bit tedious, but here it's already included. So if you want to add this level of protection, you can easily paste it. It comes very well prepared right from the box. Next, we'll locate the key to detach the tray from this small pouch. It's a straightforward key. After that, we'll gather information. Here we have the essential cloths required for installing the tempered glass mica. Additionally, there are some stickers included to assist us in applying the tempered glass if necessary. Following that, we have a case. This case is semi-rigid, featuring very rigid edges, and in this instance, it has a semi-translucent look. Honestly, it looks really good, and as you can see, it comes quite well equipped when it comes to the case. Now tell me, how would you prefer to use this cell phone, with a case or without one? You should be aware that it has a very ultra slim profile, and even with the case added, it still feels thinner than most of the cell phones available today. The reality is that this finish with lines looks quite impressive. In this situation, I would definitely use it with a case because it doesn't feel overly thick. It provides a decent level of protection while preserving the aesthetics. So that would ultimately be my decision, but please let me know in the comments below what choice you would make in this situation. Now, as we move on, we come across the cable and the charger. Another piece of good news is that it comes with a 45 watts charger. The simple fact that the device comes with a charger included is already something positive, but in this case, it is also of good power. The cable is from USB-A to USB-C. Personally, I would have liked to see more of a USB-C to USB-C, but hey, it's still understandable in this segment. As you can see, the box is well packaged. Let me put everything away and then we'll check the cell phone specifications. And well, I've got the device all set up here so we can explore and get to know its main specifications. Its thickness measures just 5.95 millimeters and it weighs only 155 grams. This is truly the most spectacular aspect of this, the device along with other features. However, discovering such an elegant design at the entry level truly enhances the enjoyment of using the device. Typically, entry-level devices feature basic designs, yet in this instance, the back cover is appealing with its satin finish. It features both a curved back and front cover, making it feel slimmer in hand. It looks very stylish. It also has IP65, so it can handle splashes and even shallow water without damage. The curved screen is protected by Gorilla Glass 1, a protection level typically seen on pricier devices. Typically, in this price range, we encounter Gorilla Glass 3 at best. However, in this case, it is very well protected. Although it's worth noting that the frames are made of plastic, so with this type of curved finish, I would be somewhat concerned about any side drops. The display presents a diagonal of 6.78 inches with a resolution of 1.5K. It features an AMOLED panel with a refresh rate that reaches 144 Hz. So, we are examining a display that once more provides us with features beyond what we typically encounter in this price range. In fact, its peak brightness reaches an impressive 4,500 nits. Therefore, we are dealing with an exceptionally bright screen that, considering the price range, faces no competition. It is truly an outstanding device. Additionally, we will discover stereo sound, featuring one speaker located at the bottom and another speaker positioned at the top. And the audio is signed by JBL. Although, to be honest, I didn't really like the sound very much, but it does come with DTS sound features. Fortunately, we have access to an equalizer, so I'm going to lower the mid frequencies a little bit as they were bothering me. And fortunately, the response to the equalization is correct. So if you use this equalization, you will have a more pleasant audio experience, at least from my perspective. So also in this aspect, it's delivering with a very good sound quality. The front camera is 13 megapixels with f2.0 aperture and fixed focus. There you are seeing the preview before taking the picture and after taking the picture. It processes quite well in terms of dynamic range. In fact, it has a good level of detail. I'm surprised that in this entry-level range, we're seeing this quality of front-facing photography. For the rear, we find ourselves with the 50 megapixel main camera that uses a Sony IMX882 sensor. Pay close attention to this because this is a sensor that just a few years ago was used in the high-end devices. So it's truly a very good sensor. The lens features an aperture of f1.79, which is quite bright and includes autofocus capabilities. As for the rest of the cameras, let's just say they're mainly there for decoration. No. However, given the price range, we didn't expect an appealing camera setup, and I want you to see the results. At first glance, it appears to me that the camera performs well. Even when zoomed in closely, it manages to preserve the optical quality, which is quite remarkable for this category. Now, take a look at the picture with 5x zoom. I believe it still looks quite good. And lastly, observe the picture with 10x zoom, where the zoom is already very much forced. But considering the category, I think the camera will deliver a very good performance. In fact, when it comes to video recording, it's important to note that it provides us with up to 2K at 30 frames per second. I would have truly liked to see an ultra-wide camera included here, but hey, it's a trade-off for many other features you've been provided. The front camera also has the capability to record in 2K, and here you are observing a straightforward video recorded with this cell phone using this resolution. It also appears that it will perform well even though the dynamic range is slightly narrower. However, for its category, I believe this will still be a significant advantage for this cell phone. The battery capacity is 5,160 milliamp hours, and it supports 45-watt charging with the charger included in the box. In this aspect, it certainly sounds very appealing. However, we must wait for the test because sometimes the battery capacity does not necessarily translate to the good autonomy that one might expect. So let's be patient. But as you can see through the software, it also offers endless options to take care of the battery and make better use of the charge. It can even function as a power bank, allowing you to charge your friends' phones using this USB-C port, providing an output of 10 watts. For the operating system, we find XOS in its 15.1.1 version based on Android 15, which we could get to highlight as a fairly complete software in terms of number of functions. It has too many options, for example, comes with the entire suite of Infinix AI options, of which we already have a video in case you want to go to know each of them. Truth be told, these are remarkably advanced features, and seeing them on an entry-level series device again comes as a huge surprise. It even has Google Circle to search, allowing you to lock and search anything in this browser. So the truth is, it appears to be a significantly more expensive device than it actually is. In reality, we will also discover a multitude of additional options. It is an extremely comprehensive cell phone on the software level, which even includes a dynamic backlight that can be utilized as a type of notification LED. This feature also gives it a much more contemporary style compared to other cell phones due to these unique elements. It also includes numerous security features like anti-theft options and more, truly comprehensive. Additionally, it comes equipped with 8 GB of physical RAM and a substantial 256 GB of storage. Finally, the processor is the MediaTek Helio G200, a relatively new processor. We will see if it truly makes a significant difference compared to the earlier Helio G, which was quite similar to the Helio G. Although given the price, it should offer good performance, especially if you enjoy playing games like Free Fire, if it is going to be available at a rate of 90 frames per second. So I insist that for the price range, I think the processor is fine. On Geekbench, it scored 725 for single core and 1992 for multi-core. This means it has similar power to the Helio G100, G100 Ultimate, and any G100 variants, as well as the G99. With any of its variants, then you don't have to get too excited about the Helio G200. Appears to be quite similar to what we have already observed, although it might possibly include additional capabilities, such as video recording or perhaps enhanced connectivity and more. We will explore these in the full video review. However, if you're curious, the Antutu benchmark provided a score of 4,56,211 points, indicating it will not be the most powerful device. But I think this processor will give you great efficiency, especially with 8 GB of RAM, a key aspect for maintaining a smooth experience even with multiple apps open. As you notice, the device seems to perform quite well. It doesn't feel slow at any point, which is impressive. However, you know that the real test will be shown in the video review, where we will run more applications, more games, and just more of everything. For the moment, this has been an initial look at a device that is indeed very competitive in the market. I truly hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you know you can let us know, and we'll definitely see you next time.